Hello and welcome. In this video guide we're going to look at how to edit the business hours of your call centre queues and also how to pre-schedule days that you want to close the call centre on, such as bank holidays. The operational hours for the call centre are controlled by what we call time plans. Each call centre is different and some may use more time plans than others, depending upon if the different departments or queues within the call centre have different business hours or whether they operate using the same hours of business. Where a call centre has multiple queues, but those queues or departments operate using the same business hours, it's possible to use a common set of time plans that are applicable to all. Here in the time plan screen, we can see at the bottom a time plan called Office Open and a time plan called Bank Holidays. Currently, the system is configured to open between the hours of Monday to Friday, 9 AM to 7 PM. And I want to alter these business hours so that it closes early on Fridays at 5 PM. But I also want to set the system so that it opens on Saturday mornings between 9 AM and 12 PM midday. To do this, I'm going to click on the Office Open time plan and go to the Rules tab. Here we can see that we have one rule defined for 9 AM to 7 PM Monday to Friday, any date between the 1st to the 31st and the 1st month to the 12th month for any year between 2009 to 2099. And we can edit this rule by clicking on the Edit button here on the right. Now I want to change this existing rule so that it only covers Monday to Thursday. So I'm going to change the label and I'm going to uncheck Friday and hit Save. Next, I want to create a new rule for the Friday opening hours. So I'm going to click on the Add button. And here you can see that we're presented with a blank rule screen. So first, I'll give the rule a label of Open Friday, and I'll define the business hours as being 9 AM to 16:59 and set the days of the week to match only Fridays. The other settings can remain as they are, as this rule will only be matched if the call is received on a Friday, regardless of the date, month or year. So now I'll click and save this new rule. And I'll repeat this process and create a new rule for the hours that we need to open on Saturday mornings. So I'm going to give this rule a label of Open Saturday Morning, change the hours to be 9 AM to 11:59 and set the days of the week to be Saturdays only. And finally, click Save. If we now go back to the Rules tab, we can see three rules now for the Office Open time plan. Having made the changes I need to the normal business hours, I now want to turn my attention to scheduling a bank holiday that's coming up on the 27th of August 2012. I also want to add a rule that will ensure that the system is closed for the days over Christmas, 25th and 26th of December, and also on New Year's Day, the 1st of January. So to do this, we go back to the time plan screen and click on the bank holiday time plan. You can see here that there's already one holiday rule defined within this time plan, but I want to add a new rule for the summer bank holiday that's coming up on the 27th of August in 2012. So as before, I'm going to click on the Add button. And here I'll provide this rule with a label of Summer Bank Holiday 2012. The hours I'm going to leave as 0000 to 23:59, as it doesn't matter what time a call comes in on this day, the routing is going to be the same. If you know which day of the week the holiday falls on, you can tick just the relevant day, but I'm going to check all days of the week, as it doesn't really bother me which day of the week the holiday falls on. And next, I'm going to set the start date and the end date both to 27, and both the start and end month to 8, and both the start and end year to 2012. So with these settings, this rule will only be matched where a call is received on the 27th of August 2012. Now I'll hit Save. Going back to the Rules tab, you can now see our new summer bank holiday rule. I now want to set up a couple of new holiday rules to cover some of the dates over Christmas and New Year. These differ slightly from the summer rule we've just set up, in that the Christmas dates are prefixed and always occur on the same date regardless of year, whereas other public holidays, such as the summer bank holiday we just set up, only occur on a specific date for a specific year. As we saw before, I'll click on Add to create a new rule, And here I'll give this rule a label of Christmas. And just as before, I'm going to leave the hours covering the whole 24-hour period and check all the days of the week. The start date, however, I'm going to set as the 25th, and the end date I'm going to set as the 26th. Because I want this rule to only be matched in December, I'm going to set both the start and the end month to be 12. The years, however, I'm going to leave as being anything between 2009 to 2099. And finally, click on Save. We can now repeat this process for the New Year rule. Clicking Add, providing a label of New Year's Day, leaving the hours to cover the whole 24-hour period, checking all days of the week, setting both the start and the end date to the 1st, and set both the start and the end month to 1 for January, and leaving the years as being between 2009 to 2099, and clicking Save. Back on the Rules tab for the Bank Holiday Time Plan, we can now see the different rules that are configured. The only thing left to do now is to apply these changes by clicking Apply Changes on the left, checking the Domain Configuration option and hitting Apply. This now concludes this video guide. Thank you for watching.